see Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos taking on Deshaun Watson and the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. KJ Hamler returning it. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. That's Russell Wilson. The numbers a week ago from Melvin Gordon. 20 carries, 68 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check?
Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents, because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a seventh and an eighth. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And the Broncos expected big things out of Jerry Jeudy, their #1 pick in 2020. But he really had to make a jump with the injury to Cortland Sutton. Almost 900 yards last year. A nice grab there.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Gordon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They're looking for Jeudy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So the Raiders backed up here to begin their first drive. They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll give to Elliott. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long effort.
And got his man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Raiders.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. from the 41. Watson. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mecole Hardman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a big play there for the Broncos. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Williams. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. they're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Faking the give. Now Watson taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Gordon on first down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does. But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson, he's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for the Raiders. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Denver's offense ready to go again. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 31, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And now another one thrown incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flipping over to the other side, the offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Off of play action, it's Watson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got a man, complete.
Do what we do, do what we do.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mecole Hardman, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shout along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And the Raiders have got him. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive, and we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Sliding out of the pocket. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Watson's throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 52 yards. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hamler now to return it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now he'll escape to his left. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now it's Wilson. Finding some room at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. This will be caught. Judy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. To throw is Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. First and 10, it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
From the 9, second and 5.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Javonte Williams.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team... running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
as they come to the line. They will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Watson off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Rolling to his right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
On 2nd and 10, Watson.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Watson looks to throw again. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. That's complete. Okuebunam.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Devin Bush in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Third and long, it's Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle.
And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Forced out to Wilson, hit, it's loose, it's out, fumble, and the Raiders pick it up, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise at this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Able to power through. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Again, it's Elliott. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Mecole Hardman, 52 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. It's a first, and he loses the football a second time. And the Raiders pick it up. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Watson. Steps away. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Now a first down throw, Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The give is to Elliott. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Hamler now to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Carlson on for the PAT. To the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This is caught out in the right flat. And the fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. #1, huge lead. just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different